Hey nerds, Alex here from Nerds Being Geeks, and today I'm going to go over my water GLC deck. Let's get into it. Before we get into the video, you might be asking, what is GLC? GLC is Gym Leader Challenge. It's an alternate format for the Pokemon trading card game. It's a monotype, so only one type of card can be in there. You know, water can only play water decks, grass can only play grass cards, you know, things like that. It is a singleton, so you can only have one of each card besides basic energy. Another thing is no rule box Pokemon allowed. Radiant, EX, V, VMAX, GX. Alright, so let's go over my water deck. I do play a very popular archetype within the water format, and that is the whales. So that has Kyogre, which is mostly used for that dynamic wave attack. 4 energy, put 3 energy, attach this Pokemon into your hand. This attack does 180 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So that could be bench, that could be in the active. As long as they don't have a bench barrier, this thing is hitting 180 damage. So pretty cool. The energy does go back to the hand. So, you know, unless you play like not this Blastoise that I play, but a different one, or Baxcalibur, you're not going to really be able to accelerate all that energy back to the active. So you're going to probably either going to have this guy knocked out because he's only 140 HP, or you're going to somehow switch him back to the bench and bring someone out. So, you know, there's a few things there, but, you know, sometimes that 180 snipe can really make the difference. So, yeah, he's in there. Got some Titan. 180 HP. Really known for the special horn, 2 water, colorless, 80 damage. If this Pokemon has any special energy attached to it, this attack does 140 damage more. That is a lot of damage for only 3 energy. And you're kind of see a pattern here, because I'm going to go on to the star of the show in this beautiful Cosmic League promo. Oh, so gorgeous. Whaler, 200 HP with the ability Jumbo Sized. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. That'll come into play later. So for 4 energy special wave, 120 damage. If this Pokemon has any special energy attached to it, this attack does 120 more. It's 240, and you're taking 30 less damage. Basically a staple in a lot of water builds. But yeah, we'll get into some of the special energy stuff a little bit later. So I also play this Frostmoth with the ability Ice Dance as often as you like. During your turn, you may attach a water energy from your hand to one of your benched water Pokemon. Beautiful art, really cool ability. I'd say the only drawback is it's to the bench and not to the active. A staple card in these styles of deck. And Octillery, Abyssal Hand, everyone's seen it. Also a staple in most water decks. Once during your turn, before your attack, you may draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. This is basically your big draw engine for this deck. We do have Alolan Vulpix, 60 HP. It's really known for the beacon attack for 0 energy. Search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck. The perfect starter, you know, after turn 2 or 3, you might be able to get some cards that you really need, but not great in the late game. And of course, the staple for most water decks as well. I know, not super creative here. We have Drizzile and Inteleon with the Shady Dealings ability. So Drizzile, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Inteleon does the same exact thing, except for one trainer, it does 2 trainers. It was massive in Standard. It's incredibly important in GLC as well. Alright, so this one, I don't see it get a ton of play, but Blastoise is my absolute favorite Pokemon. No contest, not even close. And I originally had the Deluge Blastoise in here, but I find this one very interesting. If you can get this thing up turn 2 or turn 3 and use its ability, Vitality Springs, you know, if your bench is set up, you're going to be set like the rest of the game. So what is Vitality Springs? Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 6 energy cards. That's not just basic, that's special and basic energy. So that goes back to Wailord, that goes back to Sir Titan, and you can set up Kyogre. But there is a problem. So after you attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like, shuffle your deck. If you use this ability, your turn ends. That's why this ability is incredibly important in the early game. But his Hydro Pump attack is really good as well. Hydro Pump does 90 damage. This attack does 30 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. Once again, doesn't have to be basic. It can be special energy as well. So you have to have 4 energy on it, but you know, you're still hitting pretty good with that. I do not plan to ever have a water deck that doesn't include Blastoise. I think that's a lot of the appeal of GLC. You get to play with your favorite Pokemon, and Blastoise has some incredible cards in the TCG that you can use between Deluge and this Vitality Springs. You know, I do like the Rapid Strike water deck that I've seen online. I might build that, but for my main water deck, I will always have a Blastoise in there. Whether it's the optimal choice or not, it doesn't matter. My favorite Pokemon is going to be in this deck. So with all the energy acceleration and the need for special energy, I play 8 basic water and 3 special energy. I play counter energy, splash, and wash. So, you know, let me know if there's anything out of the ordinary for trainers, but it's pretty standard. Just pure energy retrieval for energy recovery. I do play the special charge to bring back 2 special energies from my discard into my deck. Professor's Letter versus Seeker Rescue Stretcher, Aqua Patch, you know, lets you get some energy from the discard. You know, Switch Raft, switch your active water with your bench. If you do, heal 30. Pretty good card because, you know, you're going to want to keep some of these big whales alive. And, you know, that goes with Wailord, it's a Titan. I play Call Tag so I can search out 2 of my tag team trainers. We'll get to those trainers in a bit. And I play Heavy Ball because Wailord, Wailmer, Sir Titan, Citadel, Kyogre, Blastoise. Half of this deck can get searched out with Heavy Ball. Dive Ball, Level, Ultra, Hisuian, Capacious Bucket. A lot of energy search with Letter and Capacious Bucket. They're basically the same card. Scoop Up Net to, you know, heal a Pokemon, get it off. Someone could do a ton of damage to Wailord. He's about to get knocked out. Boom, Scoop Up Net. All that time and effort for nothing. You can also use it on the Inteleon line to reset that Shady Dealings ability. This one I am iffy about is the Rare Candy. I mostly have it in here to get Blastoise up as soon as possible. However, I also have used it to go from Sobble to Inteleon, and Yeah, you're skipping the first shady dealings, but you know, if you're in a pinch, you can get Inteleon out. You can search your deck for 2 trainer cards, and you know, if you have the energy, Aqua Bullet 120 and 20 to the bench can really set you up in the future. I go back and forth on it, but to get Blastoise out as soon as possible by skipping that War Turtle line. So over here I have my stadiums. Rough Seas, heal 30 damage from your lightning or water Pokemon. God, I hate reverse hollows. But yeah, it's mostly to heal the big whales. You know, it can help other things in a pinch as well. And then what do I got over here? Brooklet Hill, pretty much a staple in most of the water builds. Once during your turn, that player may search their deck for a basic water or basic fighting Pokemon, put it onto their bench and shuffle your deck. It's a good search engine, but it is only for basics. Over here, Raihan with that amazing art. Clara for recovery of Pokemon and energy. Ball Guy to search out the 5 Pokeballs I have. Irida, amazing card. Basically a staple in every water deck. Search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card. Reveal it and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. You know, so I can help get that rare candy. You know, other recovery or energy search. Ball search. Irida is basically a staple in every water deck. Water has a lot of staples. Gloria, just to hopefully get this early and pop off with 3 basics onto the bench. I did play Buddy Buddy, but a lot of this deck is basic Pokemon that are over 70 HP. So I'm on the fence about it, but I decided not to play it any longer. So over here, I do play the Luxurious Cape. So it gives a Pokemon 100 HP more, and if it is knocked out, your opponent takes 1 more prize card. So, you know, you put this on the whale. You know, if the whale gets close to getting knocked out, scoop up net, whatever you got to do just to negate that knockout. Make this whale big, and, you know, it takes 30 less HP on top of Rough Seas. That's healing. You know, that's just a really good way to make this whale big. And then you also got Pot Helmet. You know, if you can't get your Luxurious Cape or you have it on a different Pokemon, Pot Helmet reduces 30. So you can put that on the whale. So with its ability and Pot Helmet, it's reduction 60. You got Rough Seas out there, heals 30. That is a lot. So, you know, I use Tag Call to search out these tag team trainers. If you discard 2 other cards from your hand, you may search your deck for a tool and special energy. So that's great to help power up any of the whales. Whatever you gotta do, that's a great special energy search. Mellow and Lana, you know, you got that whale, any of the whales actually, Blastoise, Inteleon, whoever you want to get out of the, you know, the active spot. Switch your active with one of your bench. When you play this card, you may discard 2 other cards from your hand. If you do heal 120 from that Pokemon, you move to the bench. So I'm looking at, it's a Titan, I'm looking at Wailord, even Blastoise, you know, healing 120 on some of these bigger guys is huge, and then getting it out of the active. We got End for Disruption. I basically play Peonia in almost every deck. It is just great to dig into your prize cards, get 3 of them out. If you don't like them, you can put them back in, but you can switch some cards, you know, make some more plays. I don't see it played too often, but it is one of my favorite supporters to play. You got Nessa for recovery, boss's orders, and then something a little new is Chorus's Tenacity. Search your deck for a stadium and an energy card. It doesn't have to be basic, it can be special. reveal them and put them into your hand and then shuffle your deck. Another way to search for that special energy to power up Wailord, it's a Titan, even Blastoise. Really great addition to this Water Whale special energy deck. So like all of my GLC decks, I do like to keep with the theme. So this water deck is playing these aqua colored sleeves. It's really bright, pretty. Yeah, you do see the back of it, the back of the cards, but I really like this bright blue. It reminds me of just some tropical waters, and I think it's really cool with the blue deck, the water deck. And then I keep all of this water deck in this unfortunately dark blue deck box. I wish there was a lighter blue, but it works for now. Keep my sleeves in there, and of course one of my favorite Blastoise cards of all time, this Deluge that I used to play in here. Still an amazing card for GLC, but I decided to switch it out. I would like to fit Lake Acuity in there somehow. I just haven't figured out for what. You know, all Pokemon that have any water or fighting energy attached to both yours and your opponents take 20 less damage from attacks. So that's a good way to even reduce damage done to your Wailord even more. You know, the 30 on top of a pot helmet, you know, that's 60, another 20, that's 80 less damage. It's pretty good. But I haven't figured out what I want to take out yet. Cards are always rotating in and out on these decks. All right, guys, that is my water GLC deck. Let me know your thoughts below. I'm sure it's not optimal in any way, but I don't have a meta. I don't have any locals to go to. I just really enjoy the format. I really enjoy Pokemon cards, and I really only play with friends and family. So these decks aren't the perfect optimal tournament play, but I enjoy it, and I think that's the most important thing anyways. Alright guys, that's all I got. I need to go take some allergy medicine. I am dying over here. So thanks for watching. Peace.